Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a good morning it is. You already know it's Tito himself, and I'm here. And I'm ready as fuck to get back on my Twitter spaces. And it's been so sad for me not to be here for a minute. Can't even give an excuse, can't even explain myself for not being here to record Twitter spaces. Yeah, and I'm also live on my Instagram at Tito himself. This is the Bay, and here we go again. Yes, sir. Yeah. Actually, this morning I'm here and I'm so much scared of very many people's life. Very many people. So last night I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a couple of posts. There's a local blogger, Elder Plus. I called this guy out some time back. And this guy came in with a lot of backlash. Yani, he was giving backwards. Ladies and he was not taking what I was saying. But anyway, away from that, I'm not here to backlash again. So the thing is, yesterday I saw his post, and I saw that there were a couple of guys who were arrested yesterday, and they were arrested because they were preparing alcohol. You say alcohol. So these guys have like a whole processing plant in a small house. Actually, funny enough, it's a small bed sitter, and they have this whole processing plant where they're doing processing of alcohol. And funny thing is, this cheap alcohol like Chrome. They are producing KC. They are producing Triple S. These clear alcohols. They are producing all this alcohol in a small house. And the funny thing is that they have literally everything. From the moment you think about everything, is they have bottles because they are recycling bottles. Unajua chokoras walk around and they pick up bottles, empty alcohol bottles hizi ndogo ndogo makota. They pick up a lot of them because they have like a couple of sacks zimepangwa tu kwa hao hivi zimezunguka vizuri. And they have the bottle tops zile zenye mpaka ziko na sili ile silo mnawana maana wako nayo na wako na mpaka sili ya KRA, hiyo sticker ya KRA yenye inapichwa juu ya bei. They have literally everything. You cannot deny the fact that this business has been going on for a minute. And I'm asking myself, how many of us have been drinking this thing? Because they have bottles of methanol, ama sijui ni ethanol, something like nol, iko na nol hapo mwisho. So, and these two guys, a dude and a lady, they all sit down and they cannot even explain themselves. They're just making multiple phone calls for you to know that this is not their business, but some head funch is seated somewhere, knowing that their business is going on and they're doing something that is not okay. You get what I mean? There's someone. And the problem with these illegal businesses is that they always go on. Hakuna mtu wastaki until there's someone who feels like they need to get something and they have not gotten what they want. You see, that is the big problem. That is the biggest problem. And the big problem is greed. Yani kuna wale watu hawaamini kama hawajapata kitu. I was just making something here, so just allow me to finish making something small over here as I wait. So anyway, this thing me linishtua sana kwa sababu if you think about it, it's a very large percentage of people that drink this small alcohol. This unajua hizo ni days zenye zinauzwa 250, not anything less than 250. And this is where I agree with Moses Kuria when he said that no alcohol should be less than 260. I mean, as much as 260 is not a lot of money, but it's still a lot of money to close out a lot of these small illegal ones. Like, it's not the first time we're seeing we are having this story, illegal alcohol being brought in Kenya. It's been going on, huh? This thing is happening. This thing is really happening. And for a minute, fikiria from zile zenye zilikuwa zinatoka Uganda, zimekuwa mob sana, si mara ya kwanza. The one that was making people go blind, I don't know if you remember the one that used to make people go blind. Zimekuwa mob sana, ile yenye ilikuwa ya karatasi ya simba ama sijui kwenye kongaji. This thing has been there. This thing has been here. It's been here for a while. Yeah? Just to be sure about it. Me kwanza kitu nanishtua ni this thing is going on in Eldoret. In Eldoret. A place where I never expected to hear such. This is so bizarre. So I'm just going to remove this because I feel it's bringing in the interference. The electrical current here. The electrical current is bringing the brrr. So, me, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. No, it was a joke some time back that guys are making their own alcohol and bringing it into the business. For a minute, I thought it was a joke. I thought they were bringing. There's been rumors Gilbey's being fake. There's been rumors of this other one. It's called General Makings being fake because guys are drinking that shit like a motherfucker. Me just got a one time had to do it, man. I had it one time. And no, actually not one time, a couple of times, yeah. I can remember. Sorry for that. So, unajua ni kitu ina gone. It's been going on. We cannot deny that. Haifanyiki, it's there. Mimi niliona hivi is when I believed. I just used to believe that ile sijui ilikuwa Kirinyaga ama Nakuru ama ilikuwa wapi. Ile yenye ilifanyaga watu wakakuwa kipofu. I'm forgetting the name of that thing. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of that thing. And I just don't know. Juni watu wengi wanakunywa yote hii. A lot of people are drinking it. And in real sense, I think a lot of people are in big health risk. Kwa sababu wameshika tu watu juzi ama sijui jana. And then these guys have been in production for a minute. Because ukiona the level of stock yenye wako nayo means that something is going on. I don't know how they do it, man. Those guys take me way back to high school where we used to do distillation and everything. They have all this small processing plant and they are very efficient and they are wanafunika machupa, wana seal, wanaeka sticker and everything. It's a processing plant. And how much of this stock do you think is out there in the market? It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. A big percentage of this alcohol is out there in this market. And guys don't know. Why isn't spirit ni mob sana hapa Eldoret? There are a lot of them that are here in Eldoret. Kuna zenye ziko Huruma, zenye ziko town, karibu so more than 100 wines and spirits are in town. And all this stock is out there. Depending on where guys get their stock, this thing is out here. Amini usiamini, guys are doing it. Kuna mwenye alikunywa methanol jana thinking anakunywa Chrome, KC na Triple S. Be careful of those three brands because someone is putting methanol in those bottles and giving them out to your local suppliers of alcohol. You guys are not drinking Chrome. You guys are not drinking KC. You guys are not drinking Triple S or anything like that. You guys are drinking methanol. And that goes straight down to the core because hadi uko mtaandani ndani kwanza, those are the most victimized places because uko ndio kuna kuoga na wale ma wines spirit wenye wananunuaga 3 pieces 2 pieces sijui nini. They don't buy boxes. They don't buy from legitimate distributors or anything like that. And they buy this cheap stuff. They come and sell to you. You're drinking methanol. Need I say more? Away from that. So, yesterday, I was just brainstorming about a couple of things that are going on. And to the next one, let me just push a little bit of political buttons, huh? because we cannot ignore, we cannot ignore it's one of the very major things that is affecting our country largely. Think about what the opposition leader is doing. Think about what the government is doing. Because the government recently made reforms and everything, they signed the new finance bill into law. And now all the content creators, including the, I don't know if it's including those who don't even make money like us, that need to pay the 15%. I'm thinking about it. And to what cost is this money being asked for? All this money is asked for in the name of tax, you know, because the government felt like it doesn't need to borrow money from outside anymore. So it needs to source money from within, from where it can get it. Like the taxpayer is the biggest donkey in the financial docket. Yeah, this government, because they believe that they can get as much as they would like from the people. That is why they're taxing. You get this different taxes. And if you get the view of very many people, it's coming in the light of they're not interested in the things that they are taxing for. They're taxing in the name of affordable housing. They're taxing in the name of what else are they taxing for? The fuel and everything. So it's their best way. They feel like it's their best way of generating income for the whole financial year that they've done. And there have been a couple of economic and these analysts who come here, these gurus who know too much about um, economics and everything, advising the president, reviewing the finance bill, and saying everything. So they've been advising the government against all these taxes and everything that they're imposing because they will burden the citizens and everything. But it's now a law that guys need to abide by. It's a law that everyone is subjected to. It's a law that has to be followed regardless of whatever we think of, whatever we think we can change or anything. And now it comes to the opposition where the opposition leader says we should do everything in the name of boycotting tax. So at this point, this guy means that we need to stop the government from getting a direct tax. Like, they get direct tax from when you buy things, when you buy fuel, that is direct tax. I mean, they just get their money straight. It's not money that you go and pay and then you say, now this is my tax. Now you don't take it from my fuel. If you buy 1 gallon of fuel, there is an amount that they get from that gallon of fuel that you bought. So they literally get it direct. So the idea from the opposition was to boycott anything that will make them get the direct tax, like not buying fuel that much. I mean, asking the Matatu sector to carry double the capacity so that it saves the number of trips, but they charge the same, so they still make the same money, but in one trip, they go back, they make enough for 4 trips. You get what I mean? So that is what is going on. And it came as a big backlash because if there's a big community that was bitching was the online community. See, online community has been making crazy money, especially from corporates and endorsements. These guys make a lot of money. I mean, there are big betting brands, big product brands, and big companies that are out here giving out endorsements to these guys in the name of marketing, in the name of anything, just to put out their product yesterday. Yeah, like put their product out there. So yesterday, I was thinking about it. When I saw more than almost 1,000 content creators going to State House to listen to the president and everything. So these guys are out there. These are the same guys complaining about it, but they are there because I don't know what approval they were seeking when they were. I don't. It's the Talanta Hella thing, and then it's a way for these guys to make money. But from this way you're making money, you're also being taxed or something like that. I don't know. So they bitched about it. They went there. But there are those who've been very much against the whole idea of the tax and everything. Let me point out guys like there's this very bold guy who's an audit. Like you see in America where there are First Amendment auditors. In Kenya, we also have these political auditors, guys like Steve Guido. So Steve Guido is big in auditing the government because I think this guy has been in the game for a minute. I listened to this guy's stories, and this guy has knows things about the government from way back, from way back, from way back in 2006, way back in 2000, and I think he was something to do with media and sort of thing back in the days. And this guy is informed. So this guy is a big audit. And him and the other few content creators were endorsed by the opposition leader for putting out the message of about how the tax is not right, how the tax has been imposed on people in the wrong way or anything like that. So it's really a big battle between the government, the opposition, and whoever is being taxed. This guy had a crazy rally the other day at I think it's Kamkunji, yeah? So I don't know which side this thing will go to. I'm not really sure. Personally, with the reforms that are there, I'm a guy who works 9 to 5. And all of us who are employed and we work 9 to 5, you know how these taxes are coming in hard. With the introduction of new rates of the National Insurance Fund, with the introduction of the house, I think housing tax, introduction of, I don't know if there are new rates of taxes for people, guys earning money within a certain bracket or anything like that. I'm not sure. But I think something like that is going on. So with the political thing, yesterday I was at work and some old guy comes over. I mean, I interact with a lot of old folks. I interact with a lot of these guys who are in business, guys who are not in business, guys who are employed, guys who have employed people. And if you listen to what they say, I mean, there are specific aspects of the taxing thing that they don't agree with. And they are so bold about it. They're not even scared of saying it. But I don't know how they get their message out there. No, the funny thing is that I find it, we complain, or like we complain about it when we're seated together to each other, we're complaining about it. But we're not really putting out the bold message that we want out there. If we are complaining about something, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Because we're just complaining about it amongst ourselves. The message is not getting out there. The message is not getting to whoever we feel like is burdening or whoever is implicating our lives, because that is where we feel like we're being burdened. That is where we feel like it's unfair for us. It's not okay for us to be taxed in a particular manner. It's not okay for us to be burdened in a way that we cannot even progress. Because I really hate to say sometimes. I was talking to some guy at a bar in town. I'm telling this guy. So the funny thing about everyone that is in this building, because it's not a high-end bar, it's just a local. So I'm telling this guy, the funny thing about everyone that is in this bar, or maybe guys who are just in this building, all of us, it's a bunch of crowd that doesn't make enough to progress. Like, what when I mean to progress, you can save money, you can buy a car, you can buy mortgage, you can buy a house, like things like that. You can do something to make a difference in your life. You can move into a new house after some time because there's a certain amount of money you're making that pushes you to go for more advanced things. But crowd that is here, it's not a crowd that is making enough money to do such kind of things. We're guys who are living hand to mouth. We're guys who are living on an edge where the money we're making right now, is not enough to propel us to the next level of people that we want to be, because everyone that is here has an ambition, has an idea, has an expectation of how they would change their life after a period of time. But they cannot do that because all of them are just making enough money, buy themselves food, bring themselves to work, go back home, pay rent, and have small miscellaneous expenditures, and then they go back to the drawing board. It's another month. They're done. There are guys who are paid daily. There are guys who are paid Shika, this is 500 bob, this is for what you've done today. Shika, this is 1,000 bob, this is what you've done today. And it's pretty much a good amount. If you think about someone who's being paid like 500 bob a day, that is someone who's making 15,000 a month. If this guy is not doing anything on the side to make extra money, if this guy is not doing anything on the side to make more than what he's making from his immediate boss, this guy's a typical slave of the boss. And I don't know. Okay, I'll pull that on some other day. I'm not ready for that fight, but I want that fight. There's a fight that I want. I just didn't want to mention it. But it's all about employers. Yeah, we all know. Yeah, we're all slaves of union employers. You know what I mean? So that crowd of people that is being paid direct by their bosses. There are some taxes that they're not paying directly. They're not being they don't file tax because these are guys who all of them file nil. And I'm telling you, the number of people that are filing nil returns will start increasing because guys are becoming jobless. One funny thing about taxes is that when taxes are a bit hefty on bosses, they start laying off employees. So if taxes cannot be bared by a company, they start laying off employees. And this increases the number of jobless people. So these jobless people go out there, get a hustle, and then they start filing nil returns, but they're making money. I know of a couple of guys who are making good money, but they file nil returns. Why do they file nil returns? Because they feel like the amount of money they are making is not enough for them to be comfortable to pay tax, to pay whatever. They just pay all these other taxes of both fuel is tax. Fuel is expensive, it's tax. Some products are expensive, it's tax or anything. So enough with all the tax idea. I need to invite someone who's more intellectual about the tax and things to come and join me, and we can discuss it even more and more and more and more and more. So to other fun news, so away from all this serious stuff where we just brainstorm about difficult things, we need to learn the law, we need to, I don't know, all that. So to other things that really made headlines. So I mentioned something about Talanta Hela and everything, where guys went to State House, they met the president and everything. They have this whole program that they want to launch to help content creators make extra money that is going to be taxed. So the whole Talanta Hela, when it was brought in, there's this group that was appointed. There's this group that was appointed, and the likes of Kina Akode, Keta Tres, Churchill, and Aziad. So their appointment was revoked the other day. And even before it was revoked, there was a big backlash that they were getting, especially Aziad. I could speak about her, for instance, because I think she's been the biggest victim of online trolling from the moment she showed everybody that she could dance. She's a good dancer. I mean, it's nothing personal. She's a good dancer. I cannot take it from her. She is a good dancer. And if I could point out a couple of things that I know, that I have gotten to know, is that, she rose to fame at a very young age. Like, she just turned 23 this year. And she had already gotten a government appointment. She was a public servant. She was getting a salary until her appointment was revoked. And all this backlash that she was getting is from the progress that she's been making. I mean, she's done a lot of things. Funny thing is that I never knew that she was 23 or something like that, because this chick was in Dubai, this chick has been to Germany, this chick has been all around. She's got a radio job, she's at Sound City. Everything about her just amazes me, because she has done all this in a short period and at a very young age. And the trolling that she's been getting. And funny thing, ile time alikuwa anasema ati guys are giving her her number when she was dancing. Guys are giving out her number. She complained about it too much, and she said she's getting about 50,000 plus messages. One thing I got to notice is that I think her friends are really aiding whoever are trolling her, because you just find out some nitty-gritty information that it's not usual to find out about someone. It's not just some information someone put out there. It's not just some information that someone would just give to anyone out there. And this is the information that is on Twitter, and guys are using it to troll her real bad. So I wonder, I think she really needs to check on her friends the same way I asked myself to check on my friends, because for me, I was chilling with the Wayback Boys. The Wayback Boys, something came up and I no longer chill with the Wayback Boys. And I don't know. And I even told myself I could fix things with the Wayback Boys. And I felt like I was really pushing for something that the Wayback Boys don't want, because I thought I buried the hatches with them and everything. And the Wayback Boys are just the Wayback Boys. They don't chill with T anymore. But I'm not going to bring in my personal stuff into this. I'm just going to sort it on my own. So I'm speaking on this yet. I think the reason why their appointment was revoked is that they just selected random people who didn't have the capacity to handle such a docket, because it's such a big docket that will be handling a lot of fucking money, such that it doesn't need to be in anybody's hands. In that docket, there needs to be someone who's economic-wise is very intelligent, has good information, has good skills. There has to be a leader. So if you look at the guys that were appointed, all these guys were of different age brackets, from Uko Juu to Uko Chini. So I feel like this really represented guys from Uko down to guys who are in Uko. Because we have this, imagine, content creation has no age bracket. Look at the biggest Manchester United fan, the Shosh that died the other day. I don't know, she was 80 or 70 something, and she was a content creator on TikTok. Look at small guys, up to the kid that was trolled the other day, the pastor, I'm forgetting the name, who said, Mamake, can you get me some water, please? I was like, bro, if it was that time when my mom was at her prime, you would get the back of the hand. The sound that came to my head after I imagined that slap, that the Tom and Jerry sound effect where it's wah, wah, wah. Man, so anyway, I tell you I'm doing, man. I'm doing it, guru, man. So look at these guys. So like I was saying, I think they didn't have the proper qualification to be appointed at such docket. I think there should be a proper way of appointing these guys, because all government positions, nominations, and then vetting, and then appointment, and the swearing in, the whole process. You know how it goes. I think that is what they're going back to do. They need to go back to that, talk to people, nominate people, and everything. But anyway, so but for me, Nana, it will take some time, and they need to get good experts. So it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. So there's something else that caught my attention yesterday. There's this lady, she's called Vesca Kangogo. So Vesca Kangogo was a political prospect over here. She wanted to be a governor in Uasin Gishu County. Uasin Gishu County has had a couple of governors, and now two governors. One is now a senator. So Vesca wanted to be a political leader. She saw herself as someone who could occupy the governor's seat. She saw herself as someone who had the capacity to manage a whole county. No, a county is not small. No, in the States, a county is as I think a county is as big as a region. When we used to say Rift Valley region, that is how big a county is. So take it in that capacity where she thought that she could manage a whole county. Let's say Uasin Gishu County. So she's a good leader, let's say so. If she thought she could occupy that post, she's a good manager, because a leader is a good manager, is a good, I could say, a good leader, an intellectual person, someone who would make the right decisions and anything. So just think about it like that. That is how she saw herself. So the other day, there's a CCTV video of her clobbering a lady with the metal. And I was looking at this video, and I was wondering, this is the one and the same person who wanted to be our governor. Just think about it for a second. What comes to mind when you see leaders doing such things, such irrational things? And I don't see how she thought she could do that. Yeah, we should do that. It's so lame. It's so lame. Or she has a government appointment. She's the director of Kenya Power and Lighting Company or something like that. I don't know, but she has this one of the top-notch jobs out here. I don't see. I don't know how she would have managed the whole county if she can't even handle her own emotions. She can't handle her adrenaline. Now she becomes violent and everything. And I don't know how she can defend herself. She was put up on the media. She was called by the media. I don't know because we never had the phone call. But she clobbered this Chile. Kwa kichwa. Regardless of the risk that she's put in this lady. It's the same thing with Nani, Babu, and Evolve. Right now we hear Evolve says he didn't see a gun. I don't know. So these leaders, I think they should be this emotionally intelligent individuals who can handle their shit. Guys who can control themselves. But she couldn't even tell herself that she was doing the wrong thing. She couldn't even tell herself that it's not right for me to clobber this children. She didn't think about the CCTV cameras that are there. She didn't think about anything. She just clobbered this children. Because her son, I don't know, her nephew, is this drunk who cannot handle his alcohol. You know, there are these guys who can never handle their alcohol. Nani wale watu wenye they drink anything in the name of getting high. I recently developed a habit of not drinking during the week, and it's been taking me so well, such that I feel like a fresh person every time I know it's a weekday, I'm just fresh. So he's one of those guys who cannot dare do that. So this guy is giving his phone in the name of security so that he can get alcohol. I mean, guys do it. Guys do it. It's been going on for a minute. I mean, it's happening. Yao wenye wanakunywa hizi chrome zinatengezewa hapa Langas. So this guy goes, gives out the phone, and then anapoa tei, anakunywa, analewa, alafu anaenda. And then goes, it's alleged that the guy goes and tells the mom, or I don't know if whoever, now Vesca, that ameibiwa simu hapo sijui nini wapi. And the story doesn't make sense to me, because if I come and tell you that my phone has been stolen, I must have told you who stole my phone. And if you go direct and ask this person, they'll give you a straight yes or a straight no. And it doesn't make sense the point it gets physical, because if I have given you a particular reason why I'm holding this phone, you get to understand. But if you stick to your same story of the phone being stolen, it doesn't make sense for you to go directly to someone who's vending alcohol to your drunk son and hit them. You know what I mean? She needs. I don't feel like she can be a political prospect anymore, because she's not a good leader. She's not good in handling her own emotions. She needs to learn how to do that first before she decides to come and tell us she wants to be a governor again, an MP, MCA, a senator, or maybe a woman rep. You know what I mean? After she has all this in check, now she can do that. Speaking of ladies, as I wind up, you know, funny thing is, I've been out here for a minute, I can say. Good long minute. Been out here. I used to have this Chile. She was fire. Cannot deny, this Chile was fire as fuck. And I had to say this story because I just have to say it, because naona nika imenifunga in a way. So the word was not out there that me and this Chile were kicking that much or anything. So I'm just in the scene, but not a lot of people know. But we used to chill together a lot. And it was in everyone's mind, everyone's eye that there must be something going on. There must be something going on. And I couldn't deny or agree. So I just used to keep quiet. So things went south. Me and this Chile could not kick it anymore. I agreed and I accepted whatever came my way. And I'm telling you, right now, when I try to hit on any chick, bro, a lot of them are like, hey, Mr. Kumagaya, you want to? I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I'm like, me. Guys just insisting in the name of it's Chile. They just know that I'm still fucking with this Chile. Of which I haven't and I'm not. I mean, why the fuck do women hold us on the end of not being able to do anything because a notion is still out there, an idea is still out there that something as in your story limilisikia jana ikanikasirisha, not really kunikasirisha but ile, you know, like what the fuck, you know what I mean, like what the fuck. So it's just something that I can't explain. So guys need to move from that thing of holding us against people who are not there anymore, especially women. I mean, women are the ones. And one funny thing about these women is that they always try and find out if there's someone behind the curtains in a funny way. Like unaona hiyo sasa. Just imagine you are hitting on a chile and this chile is out here. This chile is saying unajua sitaki kumwagia maji moto nikikuja. That is just their own way of trying to find out that kama kuna mtu, you know. As in, they're interested, but they just want to know, is there someone behind the curtains? Or am I going to be number 2? What's my number? In what chronological order do I appear in your line of concubines? But it's just a notion. It's funny how I made I don't know if it's an irrational or rational choice. There's this chile I used to like, akaenda Naivasha. And that was the end of me liking her. So the other day I was giving her this fucking attitude, and I'm like, no fucking way I'm talking to you, brother. Oh, Lena Naivasha. I saw you in the passenger seat, strapped with a safety belt, and you have a picture of you na VVIP ticket. And I'm like, what the fuck do you expect me to believe from that? What the fuck do you expect me to understand from that? I'm like, no, you can't convince me otherwise about this, because it's a no-no. It's a no-no for me. I cannot buy your bullshit anymore. I don't know. No. Ulienda Naivasha. We all know how the whole thing is famous of guys going and mingling and doing whatever. I mean, you couldn't go there without, number 1, without a whip. Number 2, without money. Number 3, without someone who's pulling the strings. I mean, especially for Chiles. I mean, not in a bad way, but it's true. There's always someone who's pulling the strings. It's not you. It's, I would say, 2 out of, let's just say 1 out of 10 women who's pulling their own strings when you're in Naivasha. Because I don't know. I just Chile expects me to kick it with her like that. Ulena, it's a done thing. It's a done deal. So, but anyway, just like I said, I'm winding up, and this is Tito himself. You already know that I'm signing out, and I'm so glad to do this all day, and it's on Thursday. And we're going to do another one on Friday. As always, it's gonna be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll be live on my Twitter. You can check my Twitter spaces. You can check my Instagram lives and everything. You'll find me live. Let's get in the conversation and talk about anything that nobody wants to talk about. We put it up, and as we create the Eldoret Showbiz, yes sir, motherfuckers. And I'm signing out. It's Tito himself. This is the Uninterrupted Podcast. Whoa.